I work with two of our partners who are trying to learn English.
Primarily, I was involved in transportation for a young woman who was taking English classes.
My role is to deliver food to 3 refugee families.
I have been supporting care teams and also with clothing and personal care for the Migrant Transition Project.
I have delivered food from the food bank, taken them to the library, read to the children, things like that.
I retired several years ago from being a food salesman, and I was looking for something that, I felt like was meaningful, that, I could spend my time with and that would help other people.
We were trying to respond to the crisis at the border with some of the injustice and the needs that were there.
I find it meaningful. That was something when I first retired that I missed, because I always felt when I was teaching biology that every day I went in and the students learned something. Even if it's a bad day, they learned something. And I missed that when I retired. But with tutoring English, I feel the same way. I feel like we get something done that's important every time we get together.
I found it quite gratifying, especially in light of the fact that my great-great-grandparents immigrated here from Ireland, and so I kind of have a tangential connection to what it would be like to be in a new place, and so anything that I could do to help her feel a little more comfortable was gratifying to me.
Personally, it just gives me a good feeling that I'm helping someone.
It has really broadened my view. Sometimes we think we know what the ills of the world are, but then we realize how little we do know and understand what people are facing.
Anytime you're a stranger in a strange land, that is not knowing the language makes it even harder. So I hope that her getting more comfortable with English helps her navigate around in Alabama a little better while she's here.
I think it helps them as far as, having some extra food and having some contact with someone else in this country that's looking out for their welfare.
One of the greatest joys of doing this has been to see the women partners that I work with, how much they have progressed. They've learned so much. It's just been a joy to see them learn and become more confident using English. And so that's been really wonderful, just to see the concrete results of the work we do together.
The most wonderful thing that I heard was a family independently, the husband and the wife independently said, we can't wait until we're able to help somebody else. What else could you want?
One word that probably would describe my experience with ALIRP is compassion. I think in today's world, it seems like we're not very compassionate with our fellow human beings, and every human being deserves compassion, and this is one way I could demonstrate that. So,
one word that would describe my experience has been rewarding. To be able to help somebody, when I think of these people and what they've been through and coming here to this country and having the language barrier and I've had a lot to overcome, and I've been able to feel like I've been able to help some.
One word that would describe my context in reporting to ALRP and experiencing them would be challenging. I think it's challenging because it really pushes you to be compassionate, valuing a person in all of their seemingly differences, but finding that there's a lot of things that we share alike.
One word that describes my experience with ALRP is uplifting. It is an uplifting organization that we can help somebody else, that we can help them reach their potential, and we can see that spark in their eyes when it connects, and we know that they will help others given the opportunity. Oh, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the opportunity